It's a lot of noise. It makes my life annoying because I'd rather just have nice, calm markets that move in a direction, but it also creates opportunities, and you have to use the volatility as opposed to being abused by the volatility, other than mentally, which I'm going to be. But I mean, you can't let yourself be a victim of volatility, and you can take advantage of it. We own copper. There's no supply coming on, a meaningful supply, very tight for the next 8 years. And obviously you have a big add-on from AI and data centers.
Okay, so legendary investor Stan Druckenmiller has recently been buying copper, as he mentioned in a recent interview. And there's also been a lot of commentary around a cyclical shift from SaaS to more real assets, and copper could be a major beneficiary of that. Copper has been added to the US list of critical minerals in November 2025, and you can see the price of copper has actually been rising steadily. Now, some people call this a standard cyclical shift, but others believe this could be a systemic, industry-wide and elongated growth in copper in terms of its price due to the major investments going on in AI infrastructure, such as data centers. Now, of course, data centers are made up of electronic components, and electronic components include cabling and wiring, which of course are made of copper, and any piping is also made of copper.
Copper demand growth, so we're expecting demand to grow by up to 70% by 2050. Against that backdrop, you've got it becoming harder and harder to find new copper deposits.
Now, according to the S&P Global Copper Study published in January 2026, the vice chairman of S&P Global said the accelerating pace of electrification is projected to drive copper demand to 42 million metric tons by 2040, a 50% increase from current levels. Ben, isn't copper not a scarce asset like gold? That is correct. However, I've done a lot of research on the subject, and the average lead time for a new copper mine is 18 years. So it's not something that can be quickly ramped up or ramped down. And also, we have a lot of hedge funds and institutional investors which could start to rotate into these real assets. So we have a bit of a supply shortage. And you also have a mine, Glencore, which is planning to wind down its Canadian copper mine due to some environmental upgrade challenges. So you've got a slight supply constraint, and then you've got obviously this huge cyclical trend of growth, and they all show amazing benefit for copper. Now, in terms of companies to play this trend, let's dive into the first, which is Freeport, ticker symbol FCX. Now, this is one of the huge players in the space, and it also has exposure to gold. So this is one of the best ways to play it. Now, of course, it has operations across the US, South America, and Indonesia. It has huge operating leverage. So a lot of the mines are already built, they're already staffed, and they're already ready to go. So as copper increases in price, the company will generate a lot of cash flow from that specific. So as a rough rule of thumb, for every 10-cent move in copper price up, FCX's annual EBITDA moves hundreds of millions. So if copper goes from $4.50 to $6, its cash flow explodes. As well as a super strong balance sheet, investment grade rated by S&P, Moody's, and Fitch. 3.4 billion it had net debt in 2021, which has now dropped to 2.3 billion. So that's pretty positive. And the company is providing cash returns to shareholders with 5.7 billion distributed since 2021. Of course, this copper trend has started already, and since October 2025, there's been a boost in the price from 40 to 70. Now, some may say, okay, is this too late now? Has the run happened? But according to all the analyst estimates, this is going to be a multi-year bull run in copper. And as the big funds start to rotate in, it could even get even more so and much higher than this. Now, in terms of valuation, at the current $100 billion market cap, if copper averages $4.50, the stock is expensive. At $6, it's fairly valued. At $7.50, it is cheap. Now, onto stock number 2, which is Southern Copper Corp. Now, what's interesting is Stanley Druckenmiller had a position in this company in Q4 2025. Now, what I find quite interesting, so he paid an average price of $143 per share approximately. Now, it's slightly larger, 180 billion market cap, than the prior stock mentioned, but it's interesting to see where that is. So he got into this stock at around 143 at Q4. Now, I don't know if he's adding to the position, but given he is very much a momentum style investor, for example, he doubled, tripled his positions on Nvidia as it was rising, I wouldn't be surprised if he was still holding it or even doubling and tripling. So we can see 143 here, and yeah, it's actually rose significantly. Now, just taking a step back in terms of the company's operations, so it has operations in Mexico and Peru with 51.1 million metric tons of copper reserves and 65.6 million metric tons of copper resources. And it has the largest copper reserves of any listed company. So if this company, this company seems like one of the major ones that would obviously benefit from a rising copper price. So as you mentioned, I've got Freeport here, we've got SCC, and then we've also got other players, BHP, Glencore, Rio Tinto, these kind of major mining players. Okay, now this slide is super important. So it shows the cost curve for copper production or mining, and Southern Copper is at the low end of the cost curve. Now this means it has a systemic benefit to any change in copper price, whether down or up. So if it goes down, the company will likely still be making profit, and if it goes up, it will generate more cash flow. Now, of course, you do have some political risk with Peru and Mexico. But apart from that, Southern Copper Corp is a solid play. And again, back into the technicals, you can see it's been on a nice momentum trend. Okay, that's today's video, guys, and that is copper. Now, if you found value in this video and you do want to learn more, I would recommend joining the investing channel by just subscribing, of course. But also, I now cover options trading, and I've built a custom AI system which can derive around 10K to 20K dollars per month in passive income. Now, it sounds like an unbelievable thing, and of course, nothing is truly passive. It takes a few hours each day, but options trading strategies are definitely a lot more beneficial than standard stock investing. And the strategy I use is also based on the principles of value investing. And I have the AI system which will help someone like yourself. Now, if you're interested, I'll link to my options trading video below, and I'll also link to the form where you can express your interest, and I'll also be covering options on specific stocks like these and others. So basically, it will allow you to play certain stocks like this and get a much higher risk reward. So, for example, you could invest $5,000 and earn $20,000. So, for example, so you can generate, let's say, 200 to 300% returns with a lot lower amount of capital. So there's different methods. I have a higher capital version as well, which is a lot more stable. But yeah, if interested, all links in the description below. Post a thumbs up and let me know what you want to see more of, and I'll see you guys in the next video.